You told me that later. You told me that later. Because my reading may not be very good. What are nucleides? Okay, the backward distances for the genes, maybe somebody in genomics could understand that better. Are measured in nucleides. Nucleotides, correct. So that if an intervention reduces or increases the distance, right, then that will be associated with a given prevalence of malaria. So using that, you're able to predict that if this intervention reduces the distance or increases the distance by this much, then the prevalence of malaria will increase or reduce by this much. So we call that genomic what? Genomic modeling of malaria, right? We're moving very far. The last one is the geospatial modeling. Now this includes modeling malaria incidences and prevalence by assessing the relationship between malaria and environmental variables. So it involves using spatial technologies like geographic information systems, remote sensing, global positioning, and mapped or coupled together the malaria prevalence incidence data. Like this question is being asked that why is malaria no longer there in the US and other countries, right? I think one major factor is the climate, because malaria survives under some given what? Climate. Now if you're doing geospatial modeling, then you get the data from GSI, GIS technologies and other remote sensing, and from there you will be able to predict or to tell the prevalence of malaria in a given area, even without going there. Once you get that information from a GIS and other tell that we maybe at this level of a temperature plus other geospatial variables, the level of malaria prevalence will be this much. You can predict that without actually even collecting the actual data to prove that, right? I don't want to go beyond that point. So we have those main categories of modeling, the dynamic, genomic, and the geospatial. We'll look at some of those ones as we do the modeling. We look at the geospatial variables and the area, like what he was saying. Just by the malaria maps, if you just click a button at a point, either in Kenya or some counties of Kenya or in the world, then you should be able to see that these are the malaria cases. I think I want to stop that at that point in the interest of time. Thank you.
Just like we did with the other presenter, we are preparing. Professor Musundi, prepare. Angusha, thank you very much. One question. Oh, okay. A question that will not be answered now, I'll tell you when it will be answered from Professor Musundi.
I just wanted a clarification. in your presentation of the models, you've been indicating AI. I missed the AI session last week.
I didn't, just 1 second. Some of these, I was like the genomic models can be modeled by AI models, which will do most of it today. Yeah.
Okay.
The AI models are the deep learning, machine learning models. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc, for that presentation. Just confirm to me that these models can be applied in other disease situations. We are now using malaria for this workshop, but tell me that tomorrow I can come up with models that can map out the mental health illnesses in a population, or HIV/AIDS, or anything else, because for that reason we sit here.
Definitely. You develop a model. Mathematics is another language, a language of analysis. So depending on the dynamics of the disease, we should be able to convert that into mathematical language, which we are calling a model, after which now we can simulate to see how the disease behaves over time. So that is any disease. But now we are in Malaria.
15 seconds.
A quick one, Daktari. Do these models have assumptions?
Definitely. We have to assume. But now you know, you can't assume that you won't have the sun tomorrow if you are in Kenya. So if the assumption that you're giving must be
Reasonable.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Another hand of clap. Thank you. Thank you. So the next speaker is Professor Mureithi, Professor Dennis Mureithi. So Kipchumba, you can do your things that you are doing here and give me that biography about Professor Mureithi. I want it projected here. So Professor Mureithi is an associate professor of applied statistics in my faculty. That's the Faculty of Science and Technology in the Department of Physical Sciences at Chuka University. He holds a PhD in biostatistics from Moyo University and a Masters of Science in Applied Statistics from JKUAT. JKUAT. He's a dedicated educator and researcher and an expert with recognized in the field of applied statistics and data analytics. So Professor Malaria is dedicated to advancing scientific knowledge, mentoring future scientists, and promoting interdisciplinary research. He has a number of publications, more than 40 in peer-reviewed journals. His work focuses on applied statistics, as I've said, and data analytics, specifically machine learning and predictive inference with application to agriculture, education, healthcare, and economic studies. So he is actively involved in collaborations both in academia and industry to address real-world challenges using statistical tools. So that is the man in front of you to give a brief talk, and his talk centers on, although he will tell us more, on introduction to R software and data visualization. You're welcome, Prof. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Dean. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, as you have heard, my name is Professor Dennis Mureithi from Chuka University. I'm an eminent member and a statistician by training. I'm very grateful for this opportunity that 8% of the deaths among under 5 years were found to be malaria-related. This according to World Health Organization reports of 2022. So with these statistics, you can see there is importance to support the people who are doing research in malaria to assess whether the interventions are supported or are towards eliminating malaria completely. With modeling, we are able to show whether, there is two aspects. You can be able to show whether the interventions put in place are effective or they need to change. And again, you can be able to show the areas that require resources to be directed in order to eliminate malaria. So with those statistics, I'll go to my session, introduction to our data visualization. In data visualization, we say this is the easiest way to turn data into a story. So it's a way of communicating information clearly and effectively through some visual representations. Why do we do data visualization? One of them is clarity. Complex data becomes easy to understand if you are given it in a bar chart or in a pie chart. It also highlights the patterns and trends, including outliers that may be there in the data. Remember, if there are outliers in the data, it will affect the modeling. So through visualization, we're able to see whether there are outliers, including aspect of decision making and what I've said storytelling. Types of data visualization, we have the charts, the bar chart, line charts, or others. We have the scatter graph. We also have maps, geographic data visualization. At least the first three, I'll make sure I've introduced you on how to do them, or how to create them using our software. My focus on this first session of training is to introduce you to 20% of graphics that are useful most of the time. And I'll show you how we do it so that you can improve in your reporting and also in your scientific presentations. How to choose the right graph for data visualization? There are so many. How do you know? I'm going to use a pie chart. In data, there are two types of variables or features. It's either continuous or categorical. If it is categorical, it is easier to do a pie chart with such kind of data and be able to present all the information to that particular chart. There is also a bar chart and other, so we call them box and whisper. But if the data is continuous, what you can do, one of them is histogram or line charts and others that you can be able to show the relationship between two variables. The reason why you do a line chart, you can be able to show that the number of people who are tested, if the number of people who are tested is increasing, probably the number of positive cases may be also rising. So you can be able to show the relationship between the two. Data visualization in R, there are three main plotting systems. One of them is data-based graphics. We call them base R graphics or functions. We have ggplot 2 and difference. And these three of them, I'll show you how to do them. Now, prior to this workshop, we have communicated that to make sure you have installed R and R only, and of course, the necessary packages. And last night, if you have checked your email, I also forwarded a link which contains the files of this training. This includes the data and also the codes. It's also important to note that R is case sensitive. So when typing a code that you want to run, make sure it is more less. If you want to make a comment, always start with hash. Even the code, the moment you start with hash, it comes to be a comment. If you get stuck, you can also seek help. And one way of seeking help, going to the place where you're supposed to type the code, and then just type help and what you want to be directed around it. In this practical session, I am not alone. I'll be assisted by a team of data analysts, computer scientists, modelers, and statisticians in the house, led by Dr. Marco Como. Maybe I can introduce them. So if you get a start when you are maybe calling or writing the code, just raise up your hand and they will be able to support you. So let me introduce my team, led by Dr. Marco Como. You can start. Dr. Marco. They will be there moving around and supporting you. We have Dr. Edna. We have Victor Lubumba. We have Teddy Montugi, there, and also Dennis Sam. These people will be almost in all the corners, so that if you have any problem, just raise up your hand and we'll be able to assist you. Now, to get started, this is the field of what we call R Studio. R Studio has 4 sections. It is depending on the compartment where you see it. This is where we write the code, we edit if you want to load the data, if you want to load the packages, we do everything in this particular section. So this is where we do what we call programming. So this is where we do what we call programming. Then whatever you program here, when you learn, you execute it in this particular section. We call it R code. Hello? We call it R code. So this is where you get the result once you execute your code. Then we have the data section, which is the workspace and the history. Even the data and all the objects that we have created, we'll be able to get them from this particular section. And then the last part, this is where you have the plots and the files that you are using for this particular assignment. So I want to assume when doing this training that the people I'm training, they are not familiar with R. They are meeting this kind of assignment for the first time. So I want to work with you, and I know at the end of this training, you'll learn something. And even for those who know R, I have something for you. There's quite a number of things that I'm going to teach you in this particular session. So what you do, how do we go to R? Just search R Studio at this particular point, R Studio. If you type R Studio, you will get the app. Sorry? I'm opening R Studio, and I've said just search for R Studio at this point, write R Studio. Where is it? This is R Studio. So I give it to open here. It's opening. So for those who are using R Studio for the first time, it's supposed to be blank in at least 3 sections. There are 4 sections. Just a minute. Hope yours is opening. Have you managed to open R Studio? Sorry. So something like that. But there's something that I've done. I've done an orientation. Instead of having the console here, it's on this side. And I have a history. And again, this is what I also want you to do. So for you to have this kind of orientation, this is the step. If you have opened R, kindly, I want us to move together. This is a practical session, and I want to guide you on how to create the projects and get your results. So everybody is there. So we want you to have this kind of orientation. This is console. Console is initially, I know yours is here. You have console in this particular point? Yeah, so what you do, go to tools, then group option. Group option. You click group option, then layout, frame layout, like that. Then, because I want console here, you choose console on that particular compartment. Are we together? So it can be the source, it can be the group environment or any other. But here I want console, so you choose console. Then once you choose console, you say okay. Your window will be similar to what I have here.
Okay.
Just down somewhere. From there, I want us now. I said, listen to what I said. This is the programming section. This is where I'm executing my commands. This is the group environment where I type the data and object that I've created. And then this is where I have my files. So what I'm going to do, I will not use that particular system. I want to use R Markdown scripts. An R Markdown script, and it's very easy. So what you do, go to this dot. There is this icon, not dot, but an icon. There's an icon there. Then choose for me R Markdown. Are you there? Step by step. Later, you can also use file. Okay, you can use file. Then in new. Then you choose R Markdown. If you choose R Markdown, this is what you get.
We are not moving. Some of us are not able to shift to the...
Oh, you are not able to shift to the... Oh, sorry. My team, where is Dakari? You can position yourself to areas, and on that side, then you come and... So, I want us to be at the same page for me to be able to proceed. You have not just there, so I can cancel. Let me cancel. Kindly make sure you are at that point. I will tell you why I want this control to be on this side. This is where you'll be watching your command as it is being executed. So we need a space where you can be able to see it. This one I can hide to create more space for this particular section. This is because I want to use R Markdown. R Markdown, I will be able to produce the output and the code, and it just has to each other on the same document. That is my target. I want you to see this is the code, these are the results. And it just sent to each other. You want to say?
The title...
No, I'm having to that. Yes. So I hope you are able to get up that point there, so that we move. Now I want to use R Markdown script. There is this icon, then choose R Markdown. And this is how R Markdown works. The title for this particular, maybe out to call it data visualization. Call it data visualization. Then the order, your name. Yes.
I go here and I mark.
Now, once you are here, the title is data visualization. Let me call it data. Then my name. Again, for you to be able to get the updated document, you tick this section. Can you tick whatever is there? Then choose HTML and say OK. Choose HTML and say OK. This is you can minimize this. You can minimize this section. This is the product of R Markdown. This is the product of R Markdown. It has the title, your name, and the date. When you render these documents, it will be up to date. Okay? So make sure you have up to that particular point. So I think this is why they requested that you make sure you have installed R in advance so that it is up to date for the purpose of this practical session. So I hope nobody has issue with the R. Oh,
the version is old iOS.
yeah, you must have at least a year for you to use the latest R and R Studio software. So you have to install that. So what you need to do is now you can share your origin here. So that you get the knowledge, you will share materials with you. Now, this is the product of R Markdown. I want us to proceed. What you see here is what we call chunk. Where is the pen? This is what we call. This is what we call chunk.
Bro,
Yes.
let us look it over. Some people are they get issues of installing, but we are done. You don't understand. Everybody goes to
Alternatively, Prof,
Yes.
you can move one step back.
I move one step back.
From this
Yeah, I think you can. There's a request that you start again.
I start again.
How many have not installed R? You have R, everybody.
No problem. I'll start again.
But mine is saying R Markdown dependency is not installed, but it's installing them slowly.
It's installing it. Once you understand this part, I'm set to go. I'll teach even machine learning. I'll teach even how to do some beautiful graphics in a very simple way. The commands are there. You just lift them somewhere, you put in the chunk, run, and get the results. So the most important thing is the basics on how we start the process. So anybody who has issue with installing, I want to start again. I just close this and start afresh. So what is it doing? So to start. Hope you are together. I want to start again. This introduction part is very important.
Because if they miss there,
If you miss here, then you get lost the whole of this workshop. So let me close everything and start afresh. So I want to start afresh. Yeah, I've closed. So I want to start afresh. R Studio. How do you access R Studio? You search for R Studio. Hello, this is R Studio. Professor Muma. I hope we are together. Let me see whether it is launch. R Studio. Yes, this is R. I want us to use R Markdown script. Below file, there is an icon there. You choose R Markdown. Are we moving together? Anybody an issue? It is.
Can we share?
Oh, how to rotate it? How to rotate the compartment? Oh. It's okay. So you have done rotation. Any issue with the rotation?
Some, I think the network is a problem. So some people installed the markdown.
Was not installed.
Wasn't installed. It took some time to install.
So what we'll do, those who are still installing R Markdown, give us time to continue, then I'll give an image of that particular part later. Is that okay? So that we make a step. There is a lot that I want us to cover before the end of the meeting. So I'm hoping everybody is able to. Hi. So this is it. The title is what? Data visualization. Then the name, other issue, and then you tick use current date when entering the document. Anytime you enter that document, it will be up to date, the date for that particular date. Then remember, we are choosing the document. Here, we are choosing the document. You can also use it for other, maybe transform presentation and other. But here, what we need is a document. And then you say okay. When you say okay, this is the document that you get with the title and your name. Then I wanted to say this is what we call a chunk. And this is what is here. This is what we call a chunk. Whatever you are commanding to learn should be inside the chunk. So if, for instance, I want to learn this chunk, what I'm going to do, there is this green arrow or button, this green icon here. It's what we used to do what? To execute that particular chunk. So if you click there, it will run. If it will run, it will give, the information is coming on this side. So when it runs, you'll be able to get something on this side. Then the title of what you want to say. Yes? The title of what you want to do, you put double hash, then R Markdown, then you write what you want. So if you look at this document, allow me to minimize this. If you look at this document, you are told what is R Markdown and where you can get more information about R Markdown in this particular website. Then, once you are through with the description of that particular section, you put a chunk of what you want to do. In this case, this is the demo. Then I will introduce what we are going to do. The command here is summarize. What it is the summary of the car data. And I want the results. The reason why I am using R Markdown is because I want the results and the code adjacent to each other in my document. So if you run this, I'm running using this particular icon. The last one, then the icon before, it is used to run all the previous chunk. And because we are running as per the chunk, you click that, you'll be able to see the results just adjacent to the code and also on this side. Are you up to that point? Are you able to get the results? It's very simple. Once you write it in the correct way, you'll be able to get the results. The result will appear on the console and also adjacent to R code. Then you want to do something else. This is maybe you want to create a plot. Maybe you want to create a plot. You put a plot there, the title is plot. Then you describe. Then I want a plot on this particular data. So what you do is you run this shank. If you run, you will get this plot. This is what we'll be doing throughout this particular section. So this is a plot using the data that was attached to this particular code. But there is something. It is written echo false. If it is echo false in your document, the code will not appear. If you want the code to appear, you change from false to true. Change this. We change this to capital letter true. If you change it to true, you'll be able to get the results. I think there is nothing. In fact, there is an explanation here. Note that when echo is false, the parameter was added to the code chunk to prevent printing the code, the error code. Printing the error code.
So where is the code that comes after you change it to true?
No, I'll show you. I'm coming to that point. For now, I wanted you to change that to be able to see the code sample. Now, when you are doing presentation like this one, you would like people to be able to see these particular plots in a clear way. There is another icon here. Within this particular output, we just click this icon. Hello? If you click that particular icon, you're able to see these particular plots in a more visible manner. There it is. So these are our plots, and we have labeled the two axes. Now, my interest is to see the final report. The final report for this particular demo, you just need, and this is neat. Okay, I'm moving together, there's neat, and choose if you want a PDF, if you want HTML, if you want Word document, you can choose the one you want. For this particular case, then choose HTML. And wait for the, sorry, you're supposed to save. I want you save that one to the folder that you created. I don't know if you created a folder, you downloaded the materials and you don't have a folder? You don't have a folder? You have a folder? Now, let us do this. In your document location, create a folder. Create a folder and label that folder TMS 2024. Create a folder. So this is my folder here. So I've already created the folder. I want to save it in this particular folder. Then give it a name for you to be able to see that particular. Call it data visualization. Call it data visualization. Call it data visualization. So I want to save it here. Where is it? Yes. Then you say okay. You save it to that folder. Then, because you are rendering that document to HTML, it will give you the documents. Give it a few seconds. Give it your name. Maybe you can call it data visualization. Yes. Look at how my document looks like. This is the demo. And the demo has the title, my name, the date today, then R markdown. This is the code, these are the results. And this is the thread I want us to use for this particular session on data visualization. Are you able to get up to that point? So you have those results. You must get that document. Because at the end of the day, we are paid if you are able to produce your own document in that particular form. Yeah.
The font and the question
Join or you can join with. No, we want this computer cannot need it. So we want him to work with somebody.
Also, don't be patient, especially I'm very
Now, I have one question. Is everybody able to get to that step? Any problem? Now, this will be our markdown documents, which we are going to produce with the data and the codes that I shared with you through the emails. Now, how do you access that link that they sent in your email? Once you have understood this and you have saved it, you can close, just close this. You can close that. Once you have generated the final product, I want you to do this. give me attention for maybe 30 seconds. I'm not interested in the rest of this. Up to this particular point, delete everything. So that I show you how to add a new what? A new shank. See the way I'm doing it? I want you to do it the way I'm doing it. I write. I want you to write from line 17. I'll be using this number to refer you to a certain point. And this there is numbers for this particular column. So from line 17 downwards, delete everything.
You just delete how much?
Just you write, then you delete. Everything will disappear. So from line 17 downwards, there is nothing. There is nothing from line 17. So the first thing you're supposed to do when doing data analysis, the first thing is you create, or you will create a, not create, but set a working directory. How do you create a working directory? I want you to put a comment, hash, like that, then set wd working directory. And you do it on R. You do it here. Line number 18. Make sure when you're writing something, you make sure there's a space. So line number 18, you write. So I want hash, then set working directory, set working directory, like that. No, you know, this is a comment. You can even put it in the full working directory. Then below that, I want you to create a shank. How do you create a shank? Angalia dakika moja. There is this icon here. You click that icon, then you choose R. This icon here. Hello, there's an icon here. Then R. Automatically to give you a shank. Then inside this shank, you are supposed to do whatever you want. Now, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I want to create a working directory. Now, did you manage to create a folder? Did you manage to create a folder? I want to interact with all the files in that folder in R. In R. This is how we do it. Kindly, this is how we do it. Go to files. Go to files. I want to interact with the folder that you created in R. Go to file. Then check whether it is among the files.
TMM.
Yes. You choose that folder.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Huko nyuma, kindly.
5.
I want to interact with all my files in that particular folder. When I'm still in R, I don't have to close some windows, checking for some files. Even the data, if you manage to download the data, everything is there. So this is my folder.
No.
Sorry? I'm saying you go to file like that, then check whether it's among the folder that we have. That means you have not created a file. You have a file. The folder, I wanted the folder. Now, this is what I want you to do. Once you choose that particular folder, this is the folder. it must be home, that folder, home, TMM, S2024 folder. Are you there? Then, it's empty. Don't worry. I'm creating a working directory. Then you put whatever is supposed to be that folder. So what you do, there is this icon here. And this one looks like a virus. Just click. There's a blue watch icon. Then navigate and look for set a working directory. It is here. Then you click set a working directory. Set a working directory. Where is it? Let me check. Yeah, set as working directory. Yes. Set as working directory. You click on that. Then once you click on that, there is this statement here. Set working directory. It is appearing on console. It is appearing on console. Can you see it somewhere? Yes. Copy that line for me. So I want you to copy this. That line? Yes. Okay, because if you run several times, it will keep appearing. Eh? But my interest is one. Eh? Yeah. Even if you run it again. My interest is.
So we copy, highlight and copy.
I want you to copy that. The way I'm doing it. So you copy this. I'm copying up to set. Set WD. You copy. Then you paste on the other side. You paste it here. And then you learn. Paste and learn. Sorry?
Where are we pasting?
You paste on the chunk which you created.
On line 9.
That is line number 20.
20.
It can be line number 20 or 19. Eh?
But should I do that?
Yes. No, it's okay. It is working. Just learn. If you learn, you get the result here. Learn. It's working. When it is not working, when the shank is not working, it is not blue. It is in another color. You'll be told there is an error somewhere. But once you see it is blue on the other side, just know everything is okay. Awesome? Now, how it is working? How it is working? So, now this is the working directory that you are going to use. Now, before we go for T, there is something I want to confirm from you. Did you manage to download the files? Yes. I sent the email. Let me open my email. This is the email I sent to you. Hello? This is the email I sent to you. You are supposed to click on this link. Once you click this link, it will take you to where I have all the files, the data, the code, and other documents, important documents. Then you download all of them. Some of them, they are there because I'll give you an assignment. You do in groups of 3. So what you do, if for example you want to download this is in your email. It is in your email. If you want to download this is the data that you're going to use for geomapping. You just download like that. Load data downloaded. You go to the other one. Maybe this is the second one. The same. You download like that. Until all of them are downloaded. Until all of them are downloaded. Where are my assistants? Muko wapi?
Yes.
Dennis, Nani, Dennis, somebody need assistance here? Mark. You have downloaded. You have them in the email. You have them in the email. Dennis, I want to play with So once you have downloaded all the files, have you downloaded all of them? About them, copy them and put them in our folder. Put them in our folder. So, because that's where we start after a short break. This is the folder. Kindly give me attention. This is the folder. In this folder is the document, the one that we have created, the working directory. So what you need to do, make sure your files are there. We will be able to interact with all these files from that folder when we are in our student. Thank you. Let me see. Prof?
Yes. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, can I get your attention?
Yes.
Kindly, Professor Muma, I know you are deeply in that conversation of R and R Studio. We have our guest with us now to open the workshop officially. And as we go to the official opening ceremony, can I have attention of everyone? I can still see there are people who are deeply involved in. Professor will take us back to where exactly we are, and nobody will be left behind. It is all of us, so we'll move together. So just stop where you are. If you make 2 steps backwards, we will come back for you those 2 steps. So as we embark on the program, I'd like you to go to your emails. You have a link for setting workshop expectations, I'm told. And that will be projected here. It's possible, Saif, we see the responses coming? Yes, it's possible. So go to your email, all participants, go to your email. There is a link there so that we set expectations good. We show our VC, or the representative of the VC, what are the workshop expectations and what we are doing here. And I'm thinking you are doing that. How many of you have accessed the form, the Microsoft form? Yes, I can only see 2 hands. I want more hands. I want more hands. Somebody is saying the internet is not working. Yes, you'll be assisted. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Dr. have you accessed that? Can be forwarded to you on the email. Who have not? We're still finding his way there. Yes. Okay, some people are saying it's not in the emails. You can send it to Professor Muma. Muma, I can even forward it from my WhatsApp. I'll forward it to you once I sit down. Can I have now more hands up of people who have accessed the forms? We are not doing well. 3 now, 4 now, 5, 6. Hey, what is man? Baba is going to the AU, you are failing me. I want your hands up. Yeah. Yes, those who don't have it will be sent to. So our PC, we have started in earnest, and we have done several steps. We have been introduced to malaria modeling. First of all, we started with malaria. We've been introduced to malaria itself, the disease itself, the causing pathogens, and some few demographics data. After that, we were given a brief overview of the malaria models that exist. That was done by Dr. Okongo, and Professor Mureithi, who you have found proceeding. He was showing us a demo on how to use R as one of the modeling tools. So the participants were being taken through the installation and a demonstration of the use, and this is what we proceed after the opening ceremony. Before I invite you, VC, to make your remarks, I want to invite Philip, who will make very brief remarks so that it sets a background, sets the stage, so that our BC understands why we are here, what is AMNET, together with our workshop participants, what is AMNET, and what AMNET envisages when it gives us that money to launch this workshop. What is it exactly are they looking for? And Philip Mayeku is with me here. He wants his biodata projected. You have it? Yes. So Dr. Mayeku Philip is currently an associate research scientist at the Kenya Institute of Primary Research and Primate Research. Yes, and he's the country leader for AMNET Kenya. AMNET means
Applied
Malaria Modeling Network. So he was a postdoc fellow at ISIPE in Nairobi, also a postdoc fellow at Hans Kohl Institute of Organic Chemistry and Infection Biology. Where is it in the city in Germany? In Jena. So I wanted him to mention Jena because I was in Jena myself, and then HKI, we used to call it HKI. H is Ha in German. HKI was our neighboring institute. My institute was FLI, and they are just neighbors. Actually, you will not know when you are transiting from one institute to the other. I presented my PhD thesis in a hall in HKI. So he has a PhD from Makerere University, Uganda, and an MSc degree in Kenyatta. It is Kenya or Kenyatta? Kenyatta University. Then he has a BSc from the University of East Africa in Baraton. His research interest is on malaria drug discovery and use of mathematical models to predict resistance to malaria drugs and insecticides. He has done a number of publications on isolation and structured termination of anti-malaria compounds from medicinal plants. So I want you to prepare a clap. Prepare. Angusha, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I want to be very brief because we need to go back with the training, isn't it? And we need to follow up with other things. That's why we are here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And as I sat there, being a Christian, I thought of something I wanted to say to summarize the reason why I'm here. And this is what I want to say. And this is a question Jesus put to his disciples. That is it not true that a man with 100 sheep will leave behind 99 to go looking for one that is lost? That is why I'm in Chuka. For that one sheep, I have the 99, but I'm looking for that one sheep. And the last sheep I got was Dr. Okongo, because we met somewhere in the forest. And because I got that sheep, we are here today. So nothing gives me joy as when I see a sheep come home. So today Dr. Okongo came home, isn't it? It's a sheep. So I hope today I find a sheep here that would come home, because I don't want to think about the 99. I want to think about that one sheep. So I want to give a very brief overview of AMNET.
I don't want to repeat issues of malaria burden again. We have already had some good introduction to that. Dr. Congo told us, the presenter who was here on public health told us about the burden of malaria. But I want to focus on AMNET. AMNET is Applied Malaria Modeling Network. This is a program funded by the Bill and the Melinda Gates Foundation to control malaria in endemic areas. So that's why we call it AMNET, is Applied Malaria Modeling Network. Our core mandate is to deploy data analytics and mathematical modelings to aid in malaria control decisions. A good example is myself. The last time I was in a mathematics class was in my third-year BSc chemistry program. I'm not a mathematician. I'm an organic chemist. I do research to discover malaria drugs. I am following the course of modelers because drug development is very expensive. So we can use mathematical models to say resistance to artemisinin will be reported in the next 5 years. So in the next 5 years, we should be looking for another anti-malaria. Instead of going to the lab and working for 4 years, Dr. Okongo and Professor Murithi and others can tell us, okay, if this is the way AL combination is working, then expect resistance in 10 years. So hapa katikati, we don't have to spend resources doing drug discovery. We will wait for 10 years and discover another drug. The vision is what I've already said, is we want to be a platform of excellence in applied mathematical modeling for malaria control. Our mission is to collaborate, is to up mathematical modeling skills, is to make effective malaria control decisions. And I want to give you an example. Last week I was attending a committee of experts meeting by the National Malaria Control Program of the Ministry of Health and the US President Initiative on Malaria Control in Kenya. This subject of modeling took a center stage in the discussions because Melinda Gates Foundation and the PMI program feel they have put enough resources in Africa, especially Kenya, for malaria control. Why is it that we don't seem to be making progress? And the discussion is changing that no, there is so much data out there that has been gathered about malaria. It is time we looked for that data, processed it, and used it to make decisions. For example, if we are distributing mosquito nets in Turkana County, and we are also distributing 1,000 mosquito nets in Nyeri County, and we are also distributing 1,000 nets in Kisumu County to control malaria. Anyone here who sees a problem with that decision? There is clearly a problem with that decision, isn't it? It would be true that in Kisumu we need 5,000 nets, and in Nyeri we need 50 nets, and in Turkana we don't maybe need a net at all. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's what Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the PMI program are saying, that we need some kind of data to guide even resource deployment as far as malaria control is concerned. Key objectives of AMNET is to develop robust mathematical models for malaria control, foster knowledge exchange, like what we are doing, and provide evidence-based policy guidance in terms of policy decisions. I put there that model because I want to emphasize the issue of robust models. And we are not going to develop these models as decision makers if we don't associate with you people. And we are getting so excited about this center that is coming up at Chuka. And the reason why we're excited about this center is because our donors are asking us that if COVID ambushed us without any plan, but as even the poorest of countries in Africa was able to set up a real-time COVID control center, it is possible that we can do that with malaria. We have enough resources, we have enough time, we have enough expertise to set up what we are dreaming as AMNET, as the Bill Gates Foundation, as the US President's Initiative on Malaria Control. Is it possible for us to set up a real-time malaria center in Kenya? What I mean by this is, it is possible that before end of the day, all the malaria cases in Kenya are reported, possibly to a data center at Chuka University, which has good supercomputers, good human resource that can process this and have it announced to Kenyans just the same way COVID was being announced. There was no much mathematical modeling in COVID announcement. All Mtai Kagwe would do was to tell us all the cases in 47 counties. You can imagine how it will guide a decision if nets are being distributed in Kisumu today, and the cases of malaria today are being reported, tomorrow are being reported. It can help us even go back and say, even if we are distributing nets, people don't seem to be using them. Because yesterday we gave 50 nets, but 3 days after that, cases went up by 100. So we must do something. Are the nets working? And that kind of thing. So that's what I mean. We are dreaming, and that's why we want Chuka to be a partner. We are dreaming of what we are calling a real-time malaria reporting, National Malaria Reporting and Tallying Center, which, of course, if we have the willingness, we can do, and we are keen to do that. Collaborative effects, meaning efforts. We are already collaborating with a number of organizations in the country because that's where we draw our members. We have our members in Chuka, and that is why we are in Chuka today. We are in Chuka today because we are funding our member. We have a Kenya Medical Research Institute, Cambridge. We have ISIPE. We have Kenya Primary Research Institute. We have CDC Mandera, and that is why Abdallah is here. Impact applied malaria modeling has already helped to get to point of elimination or near elimination in countries other than Nigeria in this list. You would agree with me that Kenya has more potential to eliminate malaria. If Cape Verde is getting to a zero malaria level, if Mozambique is, for example, getting there, if Tanzania is getting there, Kenya will even work more quickly towards that stage. Future directions, we want to increase funding and the collaborations. We want, and we are already working with the National Malaria Control Program of the Ministry of Health, and we want to develop strategy for grassroots penetration. Conclusion, and this is where I want to emphasize as I conclude. I hope I'm talking today to an MSc student, a PhD student, a staff, an administrator at Chuka University, who has slept and woken up every morning dreaming of ever attracting a grant, even if that will be the only grant you attract in your lifestyle, in your life career. Please, AMNET gives 2 grants. One grant, like the one we gave to Dr. Okongo, it's called a small event grant, to organize a small grant like this one. We also have a large event grant, which is $44,000 US. The first grant in Kenyan shillings is about 450,000 shillings, depending on the rate of the dollar. The second grant is about 7 million, again depending on the rate of the dollar. And one good thing about these grants of AMNET, one is that we review these applications and make a decision within 2 weeks. So if you submit a grant proposal today, count 2 weeks and we'll give you a decision. Number 2, we use a 3 review rule. What it means is that we give you 3 chances of resubmitting your proposal. The first submission, we look at your proposal, and if we don't agree with what we have proposed, we make proposals on how you can improve it. we will receive the second submission. And if the second submission is also not very good, we will review it again and give you a chance to do the corrections and resubmit the third time. It is after the third time that if the proposal is not looking so good, that we will give you a reject response. And so, an AMNET grant is a grant you can't miss. I would encourage, I'll be saying much more about how to join AMNET, and Dr. Okongo knows how to join AMNET now. Please, let's join AMNET, apply for these grants, and have much more events. Our focus as AMNET moving forward is going to see how we work out the paperwork to collaborate with the Chuka University as far as establishment and the operationalization of this center is concerned. So we are still around, we're in a training, we can interact on the sidelines of this training. Allow me end there so that again we give the VC time to say something to enable us to get back to our main business. This other thing is just so interesting. I'm so interested in it. I want to develop this course. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Let's prepare for a clap for Dr. Mayeku. Prepare, release. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daktari. I will not allow you to ask Daktari questions now because I want to go straight. We listen to the brief remarks by our VC.
Let me take a second to say something because of privacy and the issues of other things.
Yes.
The photo you see on the board is our global AMNET board. Domiciled at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation headquarters in the US. This is our global board. You will know their names if you go to the website. So I don't want them to see their photo, and I have not said anything about them.
Thank you.
Our global board. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We also undertake to use any data that we receive as Chuka University responsibly. We do that. But our disclaimer is that we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and those videos will reach greater audiences. I hope we have permission to do that from you, Mayeko. Do we? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, in that spirit, before I invite the VC, I like to tell you that we have our workshop expectation form in the link that was sent to your emails, or you can scan this code that is on the board. Just scan the code, it could take you straight to the form. I want to read those expectations immediately after the VC makes his opening remarks. So our VC is ably represented here today by Professor Gilbert Nduru. Gilbert Nduru, Professor, is our professor and a DVC in charge of academic affairs and research and student affairs. He is here with us. Is going to, with a lot of pleasure, open this workshop. So, without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the way I see people do when the president is coming. Maybe one day he'll become a president, and also, but we are very happy he's our DVC. Kindly rise up, all of us, and let's make claps until he gets to the stage. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor. Karibu sana and bless the gathering.
Good morning. Yes, I greet all of you this morning with a lot of happiness and joy that at least we are able to gather in this place in this manner. Thank you so much, Dean Professor Kamwero, for inviting me and granting me this opportunity. But having said that, allow me to say first and foremost, I am here wearing the shoes of the Vice Chancellor, who I would wish to convey his utmost apology. He really would have wanted to be here when we're discussing the Center for Data Analytics and Modeling, especially focusing on malaria, because he's very keen as a scientist. He's first a scientist, even though he's our CEO. He's keen to become a researcher, or rather as a researcher. He is very much concerned on issues to do with climate change and climate justice, where malaria is one major epidemic or rather disease that is very much modulated in its occurrence by climatic pattern around the world, and especially along the tropics. So in his research, he would have wanted to really be here to learn more, and you can be sure we all would have wanted to participate from the beginning to the very end. The problem in Kenya is that there are many things that sometimes occur without planning. He has had to go to Nairobi on a call of duty, so kindly receive the apologies of Professor Henry Motembei, who would have wanted to grace this occasion himself. But he was benevolent enough to me, to trust me, to represent him, and so that is why I'm here. Having said that, I would want also to apologize on behalf of my colleague, Professor Eunice Gidai, who is a biological scientist. And you know, when you're talking about diseases, he would have been very keen to be here because that is part of somehow his area of research and studies. But she's away on leave, and so she wouldn't have been able to make it to this meeting today. But receive her greetings. I just talked with her. As she says, say hi. Good morning on behalf of Professor Gidai.
Good morning.
Right. Is it afternoon?
It's
still
morning.
morning. All right, yes. So if you are asked, she will, if she asks you, you should say yes. The greetings were delivered, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So on my own behalf, as the DT, ALSA, in charge of academics, research, and student affairs, and as well as standing in on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I would want to just make a few remarks shortly because I am also running another meeting on behalf of the Vice Chancellor. The Senate of Chuka University is in session. I have just given them a short break so that I can come and also do due diligence and open this occasion. And so shortly I will be leaving just to go and continue with the other task. We are considering exams, and so it's necessary that the chairman gets back. So when you see me leave, it is not that I don't want to participate to the very end. It is that we say when an animal has two twins, given birth to twins, it is suckles both of them. And they must be balanced, and this is what is in action here. With that, I would want to appreciate the organizers of this workshop from the Faculty of Science and Technology, led by the Dean, Professor Camuero, and his team, Professor Morelli, and the other members of the faculty. I also want to appreciate members of AMNET, Kenya, especially in this case, specifically the chairman, Dr. Mayeko Philip, who has given us a brief just a short while ago. I want to appreciate the date that you all came together and thought of this activity, because everything good comes and begins with an idea. Two people thought, and they decided not to stop at the idealization initiation stage. They thought at least we should take a step and make it be seen and actionable. It is out of this agreement between the two teams that today we are here. And we appreciate that AMNET was willing to provide what I've learned as a small grant for a small event. And that has made us to be able to gather here today. So on behalf of Chuka University, I want to appreciate you for providing this funding. And I want to believe henceforth we will go for the bigger grant. I will really be able to push this. You can be sure as a TVC academic and research, I will not give my members of staff a comfort zone until I see these 44,000 come to Chuka, and this should start tomorrow. Yeah. By the end of the workshop, I think the proposal to bring this money here, and not only to bring money to lie in our coffers, but to actually to do work that will benefit not only Chuka University fraternity, but also the whole of Kenya, East Africa, Africa, and the world over.
I think we should be able to come up with a roadmap that we are going to do something that will impact on human life in a sustainable manner. So, having said that, I want to appreciate that the Center for Data Modeling, for Data Analytics and Modeling has been proposed to be established in Chuka University. I think this is the only center of this kind that is being established in Kenya, and I want to believe in East Africa. We don't have another one like this, and therefore I take great pleasure that we have been honored to actually be supported to initiate this great initiative that is going to revolutionize how we look into malaria control data and how we focus on different initiatives and interventions that we can come up with in terms of controlling malaria. I think this is an idea whose time has come. I would say as a researcher, it is too late. Actually, it should come earlier than now. But now, as a Christian, we normally say God's time is the best. So I can say to us in Kenya, this is God's timing. We want to get on board in this development, in this direction. And I want to promise all of you that are seated here and that are listening to us, that we are very committed at Chuka University to support this initiative and to ensure that it is not only an event today, but is an event that will take off, and we will give every necessary infrastructural as well as administrative support to ensure that this initiative succeeds to the benefit of Chuka University, Kenya, and the world over. We are very much aware when we discuss with the VC, we were discussing what would this center serve us in Chuka University. Of course, data, there are many types of data, but this is very unique data. Knowing that malaria is one of the most endemic disease that is very perverse in different parts of the tropics, especially and in Kenya in particular, we take note that this modeling center will focus on providing enablement and capacity building to address malaria not only around Kenya but other parts of East Africa, and therefore enabling us to be able to be strategic in our interventions and also in our facilitations, especially when funds are provided, so that they can be used effectively and exactly where they are required. And therefore, we would wish to look at this center growing up, getting established, so that first and foremost it can grow, maybe to perform these three pillars, which would become a kind of a milestone if we are able to achieve this, and I'm sure we will. First and foremost, we look forward to the center stemming on what I can call three pillars. First is training, in that as we do this, we'll require training on short courses on data science in this center, so that different members of staff as well as stakeholders around Chuka University would actually be trained on how to handle data on malaria and the related aspects. Because malaria is not only about data. Malaria is an environmental disease. It's driven by environmental factors. And so there are people out there who need to be trained on how to actually handle malaria situations, so that in terms of control, we are able to address the menace that is malaria in our context, within the rural areas, within the urban areas, and in the context of changing climatic setups. We would wish to ensure that people are well trained, and of course, there are several data modeling or data analysis and modeling tools that this center would leverage on, and many people will benefit on. For example, the R Studio, we have Python, we have Power B1, the Super B1, and many others, we would waste at this time when the emerging AI technologies are taking shape, so that all students and lecturers and many other professionals are getting to use AI tools like machine learning and deep learning. We would waste this center to develop and to be supported, to be able to provide these soft courses as a service, and also which can also bring in income. In that the center will not only be able to support itself through the income that would come through short courses, but it would also be able to sustain itself, so that we don't have only to depend on donor funding, but also we could also be able to earn funds that can enhance and enable us to grow and expand to other outlying areas around Chuka University and in Kenya. Secondly, the center would benefit us a lot, especially as an academic and a research institution, in that it will leverage on AI tools of research and the related research activities. Of course, this is a new area that many of us are not very conversant with, and so with a center where people can come for consultancy and for activities like those, it will be an advantage to Chuka University and even to other academics in Kenya and the East African region of this world. Thirdly, there are many malaria scenarios, control questions out there, where different people don't have capacities on how to address malaria incidences, interventions and development in terms of infrastructure and such. We have to strategically locate medical facilities and medical interventions, and therefore this center will play a very crucial role, as I call in consultancy, so that we would be able to consult in terms of capacity building in the counties and other parts of Kenya, but at the same time in doing analysis of data and monitoring malaria control and management data in Kenya, for maybe in collaboration with many. In this view, I can be able to comfortably say, because we have a school of nursing here in Chuka University, we are almost ahead of this, because we have already had several MOUs with the medical provisioning institutions, hospitals, like Chuka General Hospital. We have many other hospitals in Karatina, in Nyeri, in Meru, and other parts in Murang'a, all in this area, which, with which we have developed MOUs to work together. So being able to identify and determine disease, malaria incidents by day and per time as it's reported, obviously it would be possible because we already have those MOUs. However, we would wish to develop one MOU that is still pending, and that would be very crucial between Chuka University and AMNET, so that we are in a position actually to establish a collaborative framework that would guide our operations in terms of how we receive money, how we manage money that has been provided to this fund, and what activities we would be doing together, when we would be doing them, and how we would be doing them. It would be a very interesting and welcome kind of development that we would be able to work together. We have a very nice saying in our language that one finger cannot kill a lie. Yeah? I don't know how to put it. Maybe I say kidole kimoja akivunji chawa. And when you come as one finger and we are the other, we team up together, then every chawa that comes in between will be effectively slaughtered. And we will be able to kill the chawa called malaria together. Because when we work together, we will only be stronger, we will only increase our capacity, and even be able to increase our collaboration in order to ensure we are working together, talking together, reading from the same page. And so I would not want to really continue talking, because I can talk and keep talking and talking, but I want to, at this point, to say this center is an idea whose Chuka University Council, as well as Chuka University Management, is in total support of, and you can be sure as we work on this direction, we will support this endeavor to the very end. In the training that we are involved in today, as you get to be introduced as the initial team, I want to believe this is the first training on the client in Chuka, on our radio studio. I want to believe you'll be trained on Python and others like Power BI and all that, and we proceed. I want to encourage you to really learn this, not only for yourself, but I would say that these who learn this, because they're the initial team, they should be trained very well and effectively so that they will serve as trainers of trainers. Yeah? I would wish to convert this in a way, in my own thinking, into a TOT, where you are trained, capacity is built, and when we have that, this workshop should be extended to other members of staff, so that we have people who are aware about the center, who can also support the center from their own perspectives, with their own data, so that malaria can be attacked from all directions. And when we all together united, I am very sure victory is sure. So in that case, I would want to encourage you to all keenly participate today and tomorrow, and the university would wish to get the results of this at the end of it, that people have been competently trained, and of course, we will be sure to leverage on what they obtain from this as the result of the workshop. So with those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I want to declare this workshop officially opened.
Thank you, VC. Another round of applause to the VC. I will ask Louis better before he sits down so that he feels appreciated. Rise up, all of us. So this prop is for you, for Emily representing our VC. So we will do 5 factorial, but with a mix of, we'll start with that one. Muma, we go to the next one. Which one? We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alice, come here. You know, just come here. Kuna hiyo Alice ameonyesha hiyo ya mbili itakuwa hivyo. Come here, Alice. And then the last one. So let's do a demo, yeah? We start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that was a demo. Let's now do it better for the VC. Okay, let's go. Thank you very much, our VC. So I want you to direct you on what we do next. We will do a group photo. Let's do a group photo with you, VC down here. Quickly, can you show me the expectations? Yes. This VC, this is what these members are expecting from this workshop. We asked them, what is your primary background related to this workshop? We wanted to know how many people we have here. And we have a huge group as data science and statisticians. So this is good, that is 63%. Move to the next question. We asked them, what is your main objective for attending this workshop? The first one was at 40% to enhance my existing knowledge of modeling techniques. And kindly ladies, if I confuse the colors, understand, yeah? So that was the first one. Followed by, to apply modeling techniques to my current research. This is good. If people are already doing research and are going to apply this, to be thumbs up for the organizers. Move next. The other one was, how would you rate your current understanding of malaria epidemiology? 44% basic understanding. I hope this will change as we move on. 38% is intermediate understanding. Only 6%, which is advanced understanding from 16 responses we have received. Move next. Which aspect of malaria modeling are you most interested in? Equally, we are statistical modeling and analysis, and the other one is predictive modeling. Move next. This is good. How do you plan to use the knowledge gained from this workshop? At 44%, and I like this mix of reactions, is to start a new research project. Somebody will start from this, followed equally by to teach or share with others. This is what our VC has talked about, being trainers of. Why are you listening? Yes, TOTs, yeah. And then the other one was to improve my current research, which is good. Thumbs up. We move next. The other one is, what is your level of experience with computational tools? We have equally at 33% beginners and intermediate. So trainers, Professor Morini and Dr. Okongo, you see the people you are having in the room. So prepare well, and we hope I'll share with you the feedback after the workshop to see if they have changed. We move next. What do you consider the most critical challenge in malaria modeling? And at 38%, equally is implementation of models in real-world scenarios, and the other one is data availability and quality. Very basic things that we can do as scientists. That's why we are here. To raise awareness, we become an ambassador. We raise data availability and the analysis. That's where there is need for this center, which our VC have already done two things. Kill two birds with the same stone, open our workshop, and also we, in a way, giving you an idea that this is being launched. What format of learning do you prefer? 65% hands-on experience. So you see what people want. Move next. How confident are you in applying these techniques? At 59%, very confident. Move next. There's nothing to say about them. I'm happy. That was the last question. Thank you very much. You can clap for yourself, our participants. So our BC represented here by our DBC. This is what the people expect, and we hope by the end of this workshop we will have met these expectations. So ladies and gentlemen, we are running after time. Can you rise up, please? Kindly. I want to lead you with a word of prayer. We are going straight down for a group photo, and this one we are doing very quickly. Don't even rush to the washroom. Just go quickly because the VC is going back to the Senate meeting, isn't it? After the group photo, we'll take tea down there. We'll be guided. So let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we are very grateful for the chance you have given us again to come before you to thank you for all the gifts that you have given us. Now you have given us tea and the accompaniment. We bless them as we take it, that it may be of benefit to our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Kindly follow me. Follow me downstairs. Kindly, so that we release the VC to go to the next meeting.
Dave. Return.
Yes. Garissa University.
I will talk to the person who comes from Malaria University after this. I come from the neighborhoods. It is even good you have done this. Because I didn't hear you. You know, when I was on the meeting, I didn't hear where you were from. I want to Juba, come here. Who is your neighbor? Neighbor, Nani? That was an easy one. Tell us about your neighbor. From Nigeria University. Chuka University is in which county? Thank you very much. The lady over there, Tarakanini neighbors, give me one county that neighbors Tarakanini. Embu County, thank you very much. And now is the neighbor. Yes. And Zole comes from. You want to go to Mandela somewhere. Is that true, Zole? From which institute? Kemri in Mandela. So you want to do Malaria, go to Kemri. Do you know Dr. John? John from Kemri comes from Moneki. Moneki was my exactly. Moneki were in the same university for undergraduate masters in Yemen, Germany. Who is your neighbor? The green lady. The lady in green. The beautiful lady in green. Yes. Yes. Tell us the name. Don't beat about the bush. That's analytics. Let's look. We can clap for them. Thank you very much. Muma, how many counties do you have in here? Including Tarakani. Because that is but why did you mention Embu? Because of Kirinyaga, because of Moya. Very good. Yes, you need to. But I know about it that is all going on malaria, modeling the use of pesticides. Yes. Yes, exactly. Keep doing it. Yes. Thank you. Dr. Ngetich, who is your name? You have must know your name. Yes. I want you to be aware of your environment. Yes. Just know where you are. Where you are, you must know. Who is not from Chuka University again? Other than Yamunet place. Yes, from Tharaka University. You can tell us the name of your BC. Thank you. I see you are aware of your environment. And the BC Chuka University? Exactly. Professor Henry Mutembei Mutembei. His full name is Professor Henry Mutembei from Cuba. Okay, see me after this because you have to chew few minutes so that you can pronounce that correctly like I have done. So take your seats. Take your seats. So I've consulted with Professor Muridi. We want to proceed with what he was doing with our software. So you can now open the page where you are, what you are doing. This is what we are going to proceed with. So kindly, and remember I told you we are online, so you can invite your colleagues to follow us wherever they are. It's possible through Facebook, through YouTube, and through our Kenyan link. So thank you very much. Now again, you have already known Professor Muridi. I want to hand over the mic to you. Thank you.
Now, if you are able to rock the virus, libraries. You go to libraries, I want to the legal things that they need. To library. And sometimes they want the library. When you take the map, the one library you are here. Then you say, okay, so you get somebody. Library, then you send the library, send the one, you take este es amor se va a una mano. Este es el Now, let's move the main step. Go to the database. Go to the database. Go to the database. Go to the database. You need to put the number. Let's go to the database. is wrong when it is different when it is the rate of the console. So from there, let us export data. Maybe I want to check on the dimension. What is the dimension of the data? You go back to that particular folder, dimension, DM, and then the name of that. Just copy it. Read the one copy. Like that. Then you run. You will be able to see that data are 514 rows. very important in data analysis. The info that data is there, so I proceed. Now, we want to see the data that you're working with. Right there, give your attention. You want to see the data that you're working with. You can check this data from proper environments. Yeah? Proper environments. Let's see what is there. If you look at proper environment, don't show where the data is. Malaria data. So look for malaria data from your from this particular workspace. This particular workspace. We have the location. So these are the names of the location. These are characters. We have the man, the year, the ages, and all other variables. And you can be able to see whether the variable is a character, integer, or a number. So once you have this, you understand the kind of the data that you're working with. From there, you can also check on what else do you need to check? You can check on the summary of the data set. Summary of the data set. Just click on that. Summary of the data set. So you create another chunk. We call it summary data. Are you able to generate these results? For each variable, you have its statistics. If it is man, the minimum is the factor is 1 is for January, and the maximum is 12 for December. You have the mean, you have the median, and other statistics. The same case applies to other variables. We also have the location. Location is a character. These are names of places. It could be names of countries, names of counties, names of villages. As long as it's a name of a place, it's a location. So it's a character. So do you have those kind of results? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We are making progress. Thank you. Now, let's proceed. You can also do describe, not to describe, to see the mean, the median, the other statistics in that particular data. So, add another chunk. Add another chunk. Sorry? Okay. Eh? Oh. I hope you are making progress. Now, because we have HTML documents, you can also check. You can also check on other calls. You have other calls. For instance, on describe, it is there. Describe, you can also try that. So do what? Describe. Yes, describe. You want to get the descriptive statistics relating to your data set. Like that, control V. If you learn, these are the results. Hello? These are the results. And you can be able to see location is the variable number 1. It has 514 observations. We have total, again, 514. It's position number 5, the mean, the standard deviation, the median, and other statistics still in the same table. Is that okay? Yes. Then from there, those are statistics relating to the data set. What about information relating to a single variable? Hello? Dakika moja tu tafadhali, just give me 1 minute. We are talking about location. Do you know which are these places represented by the variable location? If you want to know them, this is how we do it. This is a chunk. I want you to do this. In this particular chunk, look at the way we do it. I want to know which are these locations. Is it Embu, Meru County, or Kilifi County? Write the data object, Malaria underscore data, then $sign, then the name of that variable. If you run, yes. Look at the way it is. We give you the names. $sign. Eh? No. Malaria is right here. In fact, because we have the data, the moment you write the first 3 letters, the name of that data will appear. Then you just click enter. Then $sign, and then the name of single variable. Single variable. There's something that I can find before. Time is not on our side. Location. Click location, and then last. Can you see the variables? Now this is data from somewhere. I'll show you how to know, how I can know where this data came from. Even if it's for Kenya, as long as it's GPS data, I can be able to place that data. Even this one, I'll show you where those places are on the world map. Is that okay? Are you making progress? That's how I've done location. Why don't you do the year for me?
Yes, yes.
Instead of having, we are learning. Instead of having location, we say malaria, dollar sign, then malaria data, then year, another one. Then we create another chunk, then do another one. Or any other variable. Yeah, okay? You can get information. Are you able to know the information relating to that particular variable? So there is no problem, eh? Okay. No, that's okay. That is here. You can also try another one, eh? Make sure you are saving, eh? Right, this is. Yes, yes. Now, that's about the unique variable. If you want to know how many of these locations, how many people came for that particular location, we go to what we call uniqueness of the single variable. So how do you go about it? Create another chunk. Create another chunk. I hope you are there. You can do any variable in that particular data set and you get all the information. That is the procedure. So let's do, this is a unique malaria, uniqueness of the values in the variable. So get it from the HTML document. So if you run this is the data that you have. These are the unique names of the variable that I'm doing.
Why is it on HTML? Oh, yes. Is there?
Yes.
Unique malaria data. Yeah, it's here. What's going to do? Just copy paste.
Yes, just copy and paste them. But remember, you're supposed to type. But for the purpose of the training, I want to make your work easier. For a single variable. Yes, that's right. That's right. Because our mark, those are the names in the data. Yes. Yes, I just run another one. These are two, eh? This is the one unique. Then put table, malaria, this one. Those are the frequencies.
So unique table.
Unique, malaria, it is table. Then the data, and the name of that particular variable. So? From there, now, once you know how to extract variables from the data set, and we have that knowledge, allow me to move to the next step, which is creating prods. We create prods using base other functions. Other ones that I've given that particular document, you can try them later during your free time. See, that's okay. To save time, I want you to know how to create graphs, the charts, using R-based functions. So this should be our next step, graphics in R. You don't have any couple. But no, you can't do it. I only the comments. So, are we progressing well? I want to do a few graphics. Okay. Yes. I want to do graphics. I want to draw, for example, we can draw a histogram. I want to draw a histogram. Data visualization using base other functions. Let's do that. Data visualization using other functions. So how do you go about it? You have created the chunk. Then go to HTML. I want to make it easy. Then I said I want histogram on. I want histogram on a continuous variable. Preference rate is a continuous variable. Location is a categorical variable. So let's use preference rate. And preference rate, we have, if you look at the data that you have, there is this particular variable. Let me demonstrate this. It's written pref. This variable, this is the variable called pref. This variable called pref. In fact, that's why I wanted we still retain this data. These are my variables that I have. This is the pref, where it says pref. The whole of this is continuous variable. So we draw histogram on the basis of a continuous variable, which is prevalence. If you copy that code, these are the results. Do you have that diagram? That's the diagram. That is histogram of prevalence rate. You can see when the prevalence rate is 0.1, how many cases do we have? When it is 0.54, how many cases do we have? Hydrate, give your attention. Hydrate, give me attention. This is histogram. This is the frequency, how many counts for each of the prevalence rates. So when the prevalence rate is maybe 3.5, I just have the highest cases here. Like that. Now, the color that you see here is default color. I can give it the color of my choice. Okay? Let's give it the color of your choice. I want you to modify still this code. So just come here and put a comma.
New jungle on the same.
You want to do it as number on the same. Let's do it on the same to make the work easier. Comma, then write color. C-O-L. You do it next. Even if you, okay, no problem. You can do it.
So we create a chunk.
Create a chunk.
Down,
Yes.
down the graph, up the graph.
Down. Like that. Then, comma, color. Then I want you to put the color of your choice. Mine is tomato. I say R is case sensitive. Everything must be typed in small letters. Color. Then mine is tomato. And then you learn. What?
So what does that one mean?
There is a problem, eh?
Is that what color means?
It's supposed to be small c. Small c. You can put the color of your choice. Green. You can use green. You can use purple. You can use yellow. Any color. And you get the graph of your color. Now, this particular histogram, you may like to beautify.
That's color.
Yes? What?
Remove the color in the...
Is this into brackets?
No, what happens when you put green, it must be green color. When you put red, it turns to red in color.
What did you write in between?
Okay, mine was, this is color of my choice. You can use red. Alternatively, let me assist you.
Do this makes it come on.
No, that's okay. There is also another way you can also do it. All the colors, all the numbers from number 1 to 1,000 represent specific colors that are found in the world. So if you use 9, it's a different color. But because you want a specific color, that's when we write the name of that color that we prefer. So for me, I'm choosing tomato. You can also use, you can put a color like, maybe number like 15, and see which color is represented by number 15. That is the color represented by number 15. So you can use numbers to represent the colors. Now, still, once you are there, I want to finish on this so that we do the mapping and then we go for lunch. You would like to have your bars. You want to reduce this number of bars. Can you see there are so many? You want to reduce this number of bars. Maybe you want a histogram with only 5 bars. Then you also want to label the specific what it means by the values on the y-axis and what is x-axis. This is how you do it. Create another chunk. Create another chunk. Then you check on the document.
HTML,
Yeah, HTML, yeah. I'll be referring to HTML. You copy, then paste on your chunk. So it just, I'm just lifting.
Alternative. That is alternative.
Sorry?
You're copying the command under alternative.
No. Yes. Yes. So, in your HTML, there is alternatively. Can you see that section? Alternatively, just copy and paste on your based on your chance, and this is the graph, the histogram that I have with the precise number of columns for the purpose of reporting on that distribution. Is that okay? So there are 3 things I've done. I've reduced the number of columns. I've also given it a title. Can you say that's a title? A title of my choice. Distribution of malaria, prevalence. I've also recorded my x-axis. Sorry? I've also recorded my x-axis. The question is, how do you record this axis? Check on my count. Check on my count. Look at here, I've said the color is tomato, red, or purple. Breaks 5. How many? 1. Wait. This way, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the border, I want the border to be dark blue. Dark blue. If you look at this border, can you see the border is somehow dark blue? If you want another color, maybe which color? Purple. You can change the color and put purple and see how it looks like. Then may under base other functions represent the title of that particular product. And then if I want to record y-axis, you have to put y up equals to inside quotation because this is how much a character. You put the record for y-axis. Then for x-axis is malaria prevalence. Are you together? Yes. So this is for example, I'll use the same concept for bar charts. I want to use the same for bar charts. So you have that. I've done this one with I've done this one using a continuous variable, which is the preference. No, this was the preference. This was I think preference. So if you look at the data, you can also do with another prevalence code. Maybe the number of positive cases for malaria. Can you see the data? Positive cases for malaria. So how do you do it? I want you to copy the code. Copy for me this. Hello? Copy for me this code, the way it is. And put it in a new chunk. In a new chunk. But instead of preference, you change to positive cases. Positive cases.
What do you
look at where I'm changing. That's what I'm saying. Hello? Are we together? Like that? We are together? Mine was for preference data. I want you to write for positive number of cases involved. So this is what I've changed in my code there. Instead of preference to positive cases, then the rest will stay there, and these are the results. Do you have something like that? This is important before you do machine learning. You must not do observation. Because I'll do charts to compare which model is better among many machine learning models. So, kindly allow me to do another chart. I want to do which one? A bar chart. Let's do a bar chart. Check on HTML document. Because of time. Check on HTML document.
go to HTML?
HTML. Then you create a new chunk. Like that. This is bar chart. What is a bar chart?
charts.
If you want to call it bar plots, bar charts. No, I didn't bar charts. So, why do we need to know how to draw the bar charts? Maybe you want to know the number of positive cases reported over the years. For my data, I have 3 years. These are the number of cases reported for the year 2018, 2019, and 2020. I'm just giving us an example. But for this particular case, this is how people responded in the data set. The distribution of the 514 observations. Right? Yes.
Repeat that area.
Look for this column, counts, and then bubbles.
Now I'm guessing there are some these small other parts that people had on top of that.
I'll come to that. There's also another part. There's another part that we are going to do now. The box. Yes. Make sure so because we are using the same concept, because we are using the same concept, I'm expecting that we end up with the same results on the screen. Now, but this is the default color. Let's give them color of our choice and the color for each year. If the number of cases are so many, then this is the range. It should be red color. If the number is decreasing, it should be green, for example. Then if this is where we are coming from, this should be a different color, maybe blue. So let's give them a different color. I will show you. I will also demonstrate to you how to know how many cases each bar is representing. And I'm going to put the cases on top of each bar. Let me pass for color.
That's common.
I want to color this. So I just copy the same thing.
You're right.
Those are the results?
So there is something you want to know.
Yes. Sorry?
Are these things working now?
At least we are getting somewhere. We must know how to do data visualization because before we work on machine learning, we are here because of machine learning models. You can also change the color to the color of your choice. Are we making progress? Now, this is a bar chart on years. You can get the bar chart for age categories. Hello, do assignments on age categories. Age categories. Age categories. So what you need to do? What do you need to do? Copy the count.
Get a chunk.
Get a chunk and then copy the count. Just copy the same count there. Yes. I want you to do this for me. Like that. Now that's my count. Look at the way I've done it. Counts is this, but here I want to change the year. Put ages. Put ages. We are not together.
Yeah, you are too fast.
I've used the previous count. Just copy the two previous counts, the two of them, and paste them on. I'm trying to reach, then go to another chapter, then age, instead of here. So we have the results. So this, in terms of age category, this is how the data looks like. Those who are above 15 years, I think the number was the same for 3 categories. So for somebody who maybe can recognize the colors, be able to see which color represents which age. Now, because of time, you can also try on others, but I need to do a pie chart. I want to do a pie chart. So how do we go about pie chart? Kindly do a pie chart for me. And that's what I have. A pie chart trying to show percentage of the people responded or who are tested from each of the location. So just give the code from the HTML document. You okay?
Names, paste around
that's what I'm avoiding. I want you to see this document. Where to examine, I did something when I was in the so it will come out. Yes, you are documenting. You can have a project for Kemuri. You can have another project for another institution. Are we progressing well? Now, maybe, can I do, now there is something I want to do. Assuming you want to save these charts as PDF or PNG documents, because some of the journal when you are publishing, you are told, can you send the plot of the figure in PDF or PNG? I want to show you how to work out that. So there is a account you are going to use for that.
So we can use that here.
Yes.
How do you transfer this into a Word document? Like I'm working on a Word document and now I want to put it there.
Don't worry, I want to work on that one once you are doing the documents. You can either get it as PDF, as Word document, or as HTML. Yes. If we do it right now, or one, anyone, I'll show you. I'll tell you to choose the one that you want. If you want to have it in one, there is no problem. But now, you even, let's for example, okay, let's for example, you want this particular, you want this chart only to put it for social media or website of an organization or somewhere in your report, like just reporting on something. What you need to do, there is a code for saving these particular charts in your directory. Remember what we are doing? We have created our own project. This is our project we are working with, where I'm coordinating the cons, the data, and the other files. And even saving, everything will go to this particular project. So this is the con that we use for saving. Allow me to just lift the con. It is there. If you check on HTML, there is this con. You just copy. Let me paste the con. I think that's a very critical step. Look at the font that I'm using for saving these documents. Save as PDF in RS Studio. Remember, you're working on RS Studio. PDF, then the name of the plots, simple bar, chart, .pdf, inside the quotation. Then you copy the code for that particular bar. You put it there. I've just copied the code for that particular bar. And then you have to close the device by this particular line. Close the device this particular line. If you learn this, yes.
We have to save as TIFF.
I need PDF, the second one. PDF. Are you able to see the PDF? No. You can see. Have you executed that particular code? If you are there, check on your folder. Check on your folder here and see whether you can see symbol bar chart PDF somewhere here. Hello? Where is it? It is the last one. Hello? It is the last one. Just open. Open this. Open this. This is my chart in PDF. Okay? It's okay? So that is the code that we use for doing what? That is the code we use for saving our plots in PDF. For those who use LaTeX, if you can import this one out to your LaTex document. The way it is, you can even put it somewhere on our social media or on our website. So, to save time, we can try data visualization using GG2 plots. The reason why I want to demonstrate on GG2 plots, GG plots system has better, beautiful, and smart plots compared to the base R functions. So the next section, let's have a section for data visualization using GG2 plots. No, sorry, GG2, we call it GG plots 2. Oh, yes.
After we created the PDF, we lost that data visualization.
Now, even other charts, graphs, you can be able to create them in the same way and export in any of the format of your choice. Yes, I want to GG plots. GG plots. Now, Now, I hope you are there. I want to create plots using GG plot 2. It has 3 steps or 3 main components. And number 1, you must have data. This is the data set that you want to visualize. There is also aesthetics. These are the properties from the data set. It could be a line, a bar charts, or points. And then we have geometries. So these are from the data used in the plots. It could be histogram, bar chart, pie chart, or any other type of the chart. And then we have geometries. The usual representation of the data. It could be in terms of line, in terms of the bars, or in terms of the points. So the first thing you're supposed to do when you write GG plot, okay, then into bracket data equals the name of the data that we are using. If you have this and learn, you will get a blank. This is a blank what? So once you have this blank output, it means you are making progress. Yes. So, hello. I want to show you how to use ggplot. So data visualization with the ggplot, it is there in our HTML document. These are the 3 components. So I'll start with the data. This is what you get. Then after the data, I want to add aesthetics. Aesthetics, just on the same font. So this is a so you can paste and then copy and see what happens. I want us to do maybe one, then I do the map on how we can locate the positive cases in Kenya, malaria positive cases in Kenya. So I hope you are there. Once we are doing very well. So,
Sasa hizo they are showing the aid.
Now, I hope you have been able to. I hope you have been able to. So this is so this is my charts. Anybody who is unable to plot those points? Now, the default color is black. You can give them the color of your choice, maybe red. How do you do it? On the points, write the color equals to the color of your choice. Inside the GOM point, then you put the color of your choice. Yes. Dr. Mark, can you help me there? Yes. Now, if you include the color, you get a chart with the color. Can you see? The point I've changed, and I've also done something else. I've included the axis. Look at the axis. So the color. This is. I've used tomato. You can use blue color or any other color. So you can see. I've changed the point from the default color, which is black, to this particular color. I call it tomato. And then there is something else I've also introduced. There is something we call theme. Theme in graphics. Look at my theme. My theme is classic. There is classic, there is economist.
Yes. Just a question on this.
Yes.
So what is the interpretation of plotting positives and the totals? What picture does it give, for example?
And good question. What does this one mean? As the number of people tested increases, the number of positive cases found also increases. Are you together? The more you test, the more the number of cases you get. So if you test, for example, 600 people, you expect in a certain location, the number of positive cases are high. This is why I was saying we use data visualization to have an idea of if there is any relationship between the two variables in your data set. Yes, I'll show you how to remove outliers. In fact, even how to identify outliers using graphs or using the charts. I'll demonstrate on how to do that. So now I was talking about classic. Look at my code here. Hello, try to give me attention. Theme is classic. You can use any other theme, like theme underscore BM. Maybe BM. You can use BM. If you use BM, you see the difference. BM, no, BW, sorry, BW. If I use this theme, this is what I have. BW. Look at my chart. It is in a frame. If you use BW, it is in a frame. BW for black and white. For black and white. It will appear that way. And any other theme that you want, you can get them in that particular list. Another thing, eh? Yes. Sorry? Vim. Classic. This one is VW, black and white. Vim, black and white. VW. Do you know how we get these things so that you choose the one that you want? Angalia, then you practice. Place your cursor there. When you start typing Vim, the first 3 letters, it will give you options of the Vims that are available in RStudio. And if there are so many, you can choose the Vim depending with your choice. So the V that we are talking about is here. The classic is here. So then you compare which one appears beautiful in your document. No, beautiful in your document. You want to have something that is presentable. Something beautiful. We are using the GG plot tool to beautify our charts and graphics. So let me go with the VW. Then after that, there is something else. Suppose, now listen to me, just 10 seconds. The data we are talking about came from different locations in this particular region. I want to have color for each location in this particular plot. If, for example, I want red for location A, yellow for location B, blue for location C, and there are 5 locations. So what do I do to the code? It is just the same code, but I've said, comma, color by location. Automatically, it has default colors for each of the locations, and the rest remains. So if you run this, just run. If you run this, let me see where there's any problem. This is plus. Yes, there's a problem here. The theme. Look at the theme. Let's use classic. I'll use classic, then I'll run this. You can try the 2 of them and see which one looks smart. But I want classic, the first one, because classic, it only shows this color. Look at my charts. Each color represents a specific location. If you look at the key, this is the key for each of the 5 locations. Look at the way it is. This is good also for comparison. Look at the way it looks like. Are you using another chart? But they have not put the color. There's something I want us to go for right. This one. We have the color location. Have you coloring by location? You must color by location. Are we together? So this is if you want to have color. Name classic or any name of your choice. You're making progress. Safe. Anytime you learn, don't forget. Data set.